postseason with a great performance.
Gwynn and Chris are ready to go.
First pitch, he swings, hits it in the air, deep down the right field line. This one way back, gonna go! A birthday blast for number 30 on his 30th. A 3-run homer to put the Padres ahead in the top of the 9th inning.
Tony couldn't help himself on that one. I don't blame him. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris, everybody. Yeah, there it is. You got to get that for later on.
I'm going to.
Yeah, when we say something good, you can just put that in there. Tony reacting, and I think everybody reacting very in a similar fashion as Gavin Sheets wins it for the Padres today in Denver. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris, everybody. Post-game edition. We got a bonus hour for you together here in the Bill Howe Studios, where we know how. Crisello along with Mr. Skraby there. Tony and the Padres. So we'll be flying high to Mexico City and arrive a little later on tonight. We'll hear from Tony on a full 4-hour show tomorrow, and he'll be down there with the Padres and getting set for the 2 games this weekend against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Padres able to stay even with the Dodgers in the National League West. Both teams winning today, both now with records of 17-8. I'm not big on math, but that's through 25 games. If you times that by 4, you'll get to 100 games. You'll be 68-32. That'll work. I'm
going to trust your math on that.
Thank you. This has been a pretty good first 25 games for the Padres, to be sure. I want to ask anyone out there, send it on the chat or whatever.
And by the way, you can watch us on YouTube. Just search 97.3 The Fan or Gwynn and Chris SD.
Thank you very much for reminding everybody of that. We welcome everybody driving home as well on the radio and tuning in. We appreciate that. How many of you out there, or does anybody buy themselves a birthday present?
No, I don't. I don't even celebrate my birthday.
Well, yeah, right. You don't even know it's your birthday. I honestly don't even remember when your birthday is. I know it's around the same time as my wife's because you start kind of celebrating, but you don't. I don't really make a thing out of it.
I don't want anything. Yeah. I actually did a show with you and Coach one time,
and it was your birthday, and you didn't tell us.
I didn't say anything just because I don't like the attention.
Yeah, well, you should like it a little bit, but I get where you're coming from. A lot of people are not big fans of their own birthdays. But I also think there are many people who love their birthday, and I think a lot of people do celebrate, with a little gift to themselves. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Don't know that you can find a better one than a game-winning 3-run homer, though.
It's pretty good
to celebrate your 30th.
You can't
for Gavin
gift
Sheets.
that.
No, and it doesn't really cost anything.
It costs nothing.
No, you just get a good swing, and man, what a way to finish it off. Gavin Sheets is the hero. There's no question about it. But some really good at-bats prior to that to set it up. I mean, Manny goes the other way with 2 strikes. Bogey goes up the middle on the first pitch. Andujar fights through a tough count. And then, he's able to get the hit. What happened, right? Something happened just before he got that hit. Now I can't remember what it was. I'll get to it later because I have notes in a scorecard, which we'll do in the 5:30 segment, which will give. We got a lot to talk about with this game today. I've said this in the past. I don't know that anybody, agrees with me. A lot of people think, Coors Field baseball is kind of not real baseball, right? There's too many runs scored. The ball flies out. There's too much room for the ball to land. But are you honestly going to tell me that you didn't enjoy that game today? Coors Field does still produce some of the funnest games you get to see. I mean, I really, that's part of it. I never felt like they were out of that game today. And I got to be honest, even with Mason Miller going to the mound in the bottom of the 9th, I thought, he's going to give up a run sometime.
Anything can happen.
And if he's going to give up one, it would probably be the way the game was going today. So, I kind of like a good Coors Field game. Now, maybe if I had to see it every day, it might get like, okay, but.
And my team was on the losing side.
Right. If you're the Rockies
annoyed.
fans, you're probably tired of it. Hey, I got news for the Rockies fans.
Your team's not bad.
They lost today. They are 10-16. Last year, they got their 10th win when they already had 50 losses. So they're way ahead of where they were last year. But the Padres are going other places, obviously. And when you're when it's only April, and everybody can say all that. It's early, and we'll say that in August probably. It's early, but when you're going to have a championship season, I always feel there has to be moments along the way. And this is the second now 5-run ninth inning rally they've had to win a game. Twice in 25 games, they have scored 5 in the ninth to win. That may not happen for 5 years sometimes for a lot of teams.
That is
and the Padres
weird.
have done it twice in 25 games. This is another one, and there was a lot that went into it today and a lot of different heroes. Now, I do want to say, with all of the glory of today's game, the one thing I think we all still want to see, we didn't really see today, and that is the bats exploding from Fernando, Jackson Merrill, and Manny Machado. Manny had a couple of singles. Okay. Fernando had an infield single. Hell of a play by Tovar, by the way, on that one. Almost threw him out. Jackson Merrill struck out 3 times. The 3 of them today struck out 7 times combined. And again, there's no slug at all. I mean, Manny Machado, there's no fooling here. His last extra base hit was April 1st. I'm talking about Manny Machado.
Was that the home run? I
don't really honestly remember what it was, but it was April 1st. It was the first day of this month. We're now coming up on April 24th. Tomorrow is an off day, 25th. We're coming up on a whole month. Fernando's got 4 extra base hits the whole season. Can the Padres keep winning with their 3 big guys all, far below what they're used to being? I don't know.
The answer,
I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I don't think so. They're doing it now. But if Fernando stays 293 slug, Manny's 293 slug, Jackson, because he has a couple of home runs, but, 368, but overall he's hitting 211. I don't know how those 3 guys can continue to do pretty much nothing and you continue to sail along in first place. I really don't. And I'm enjoying this ride. And it is also a huge, testament to, again, the pieces. You guys are going to think that I'm trying to, kiss up to AJ. I'm not. But the pieces he's put in around these guys, they're all delivering. Laureano keeps delivering. Sheets keeps delivering. On and on you go with the bullpen people who contributed today again to win a ball game. The Mason Miller trade doesn't even need to be mentioned. But
no.
By the way, it was first time this year that he hasn't recorded a strikeout in getting a save. But I don't think he cared.
More guys are making contact. We're going to need you to get that.
It's looking bad. Yeah, he's starting to lose his edge. A little bit.
Guys are starting to swing at the 104 mile an hour
yes.
pitch.
Did you see the one that was it Troy Johnson squared up in the 9th inning?
Yes.
I think he flared it off the handle of his bat over there for a hit. But, look, this is a great win. And I think you got to, these to me, I know everybody says turn the page. You lose a hard game, you turn the page. Okay. I think when you win a great game, I think you wait a little bit before you turn the page. There's nothing wrong with feeling great about winning a game like that.
Yeah, you should feel great about winning a game like that. I think
so.
I legitimately, I was watching the game with Sam on our big screen back here in the performance studio, and when Sheets hit the home run.
Don't tell anybody what you truly said.
I won't, but I went, holy bleep, and then I got it. I was like, oh, wait, it's holy Sheets.
Yes, it's supposed to be holy Sheets. You somehow.
But I literally
you did not say that. You did not say that. I'm going to be honest. This is an unbelievable thing to admit. But with the tying run at second base and the go-ahead run at first base and nobody out, and knowing that if I get the lead, I got Mason Miller.
Yep.
For a half second before I realized it was Sheets in the batter's box, I thought maybe a bunt would be a good play here.
Oh, who did you think was in the batter's box?
Well, I didn't really look. I was thinking, okay, you got first and second, nobody out, maybe a bunt here.
Move the guys over.
Move them over and then get the runs in. But by the time I was done with that, Sheets had it, the ball sitting in the stands. So good for him. Great. I can't be happier for a guy. There's so many guys on this team that are easy to like, and he's definitely one of them.
Yeah, I don't think you're unfair with saying the things about Manny and Fernando and Jackson Merrill. Jackson Merrill has struck out a ton in the last week. Fernando did not look right today. He hasn't looked really right all year.
No.
Manny, they're not – you're right. they are not going to be able to continue this pace unless a couple of those guys start hitting. I would even say if just one started, I don't even think that's enough.
I'll take one right now.
I will take one, but these guys have to start producing.
We had a lot long talk, and the morning we had the round table today, and thanks.
I heard you did a really great job.
I thought I did, but I appreciate you hearing that. Kyle Glazer was our guest guy on the panel today, and between he and Woodsy and Braden and Sammy was there too, but. There's a lot of talk about Manny and Fernando and Merrill. And, the thing we keep going to with Fernando is he's got a 667 rate of hitting the ball hard.
That is true.
Which is higher than anybody in baseball.
That is true, yes.
Okay, that's all well and good. And you say to yourself, well, the ball's got to start falling in. But it also tells me that he's hitting the ball that hard, but he's not getting it up in the air. Because if he was hitting it that hard and getting it up in the air, guess where it'd go? Over the fence. And he doesn't have any home runs. So, I still have my concerns on Fernando at the plate. Manny, 195 is not him. I like getting a couple of hits today.
195 is not him. That's not even close.
No. And I mean, 2 line drives the other way. And I'm sure people are going to say he's taking good at bats.
He did have a nice hit in the 9th to keep it going.
Yes, he did. I know. And Merrill drew the walk to start the rally, although I think I would have walked on those 4 pitches. They weren't anywhere close. To me, though, and this is what Woodsy said, and I'm going to go back and agree with him. Bottom line is it's a results-based business, and nobody really cares how hard you're hitting the ball if you're not producing. Now, in April, you can get away with it, but you can't get away with it into May, into June, into July.
No.
These 3 guys are going to have to start doing some of the heavy lifting. And, in the meantime, give a lot of credit to these other guys. Andujar had 3 RBIs. Sheets had the home run. Laureano had, 3 hits, couple of RBIs. I mean, those are the guys that are doing it. Xander, I should mention Xander because he continues to swing it well.
Yeah.
And, but, that's a great win. And the Padres move on at 17-8. The Diamondbacks lost today, so they will be 3 games back when that series starts. The Padres and Dodgers being tied for the lead. The Dodgers got a 1-hitter today from Tyler Glasnow. And remember Tanner Scott? He finished up a 3-0 win over the Gigantes today. But kudos to Logan Webb and to the Gigantes today. They retaliated to Dalton Rushing today for his mouthing off about the injured Young-Hoo Lee the other day. Mm-hmm. Lee's lying on the ground, apparently injured. Dalton Rushing, after tagging him out, walks back to the dugout, turns his back to look at the player, hurt on the ground, turns back towards his dugout and says, bleep him.
Yep.
Well, everybody saw it. And I guarantee you Logan Webb saw it.
Oh, he did.
He's a veteran, and he's not going to allow that to go by.
He's also whoa, that was quicker than I thought. But yes, you're right.
And he drilled him right in the hip. And I will tell you, to me, that's a professional hit by pitch. He didn't throw at his head. He didn't try to, put him in the hospital. You throw right at the guy's hip, they'll dance back and it'll leave a mark. Believe me.
Oh, yeah.
So Dave Roberts was all upset afterwards. That's well and good. I get defending your player, but Dave Roberts knows the game well enough. He ought to know that was coming.
Yeah,
Dave Roberts has been around too long to think that the other team wouldn't feel some type of way about Dalton Rushing's behavior.
Why doesn't Dave Roberts tell his player to act with a little bit more class?
Just a little class, that's all. You don't even have to say, hey, you don't even have to help the guy up.
No, just
if you don't want to.
Just don't say the bleep him.
But don't bleep him as you're walking off the field. Good on Logan Webb. The Giants did take 2 out of 3, so it wasn't a total loss for Dodger haters. Gwynn and Chris were underway. The NFL draft is also coming up. Big show. Stick around.
Something to talk about.
Three and two. The pitch on the way. And Bogart swings, hits it in the air, deep down the left field line. Moniak back to the corner. This one, gonna go! A home run for Xander Bogaerts. His fourth of the year. A solo shot here in the fifth inning. And once again, a two-run game.
And 4 home runs is tied for the team lead. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. 5 o'clock, kicking things off here. We'll be till 7 this evening as we have a little post-game show. Chris Ello along with Matt Skraby. And broadcasting from the Bill House Studios, where we know how. Before I say this next sentence, I have to tell you the draft coverage on 97.3 The Fan is presented nationally by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
Now, let's give it a little bit of time before you're about to say what you're about to say. Okay, we're good now. Go ahead, say what you're about to say.
Did Fernando Mendoza actually get drafted? He looks to be giving
I thought you were saying something. I thought you were going to talk about how much you dislike the draft. So I wanted to put a little buffer between the sponsor and your dislike of the draft.
Yeah, I think I've said enough about how much I dislike it.
All right, I'm
sorry
for jumping in then.
No, that's fine. I've said enough. I don't dislike it. That's not correct. I think it's just the most overrated sports event in this, world of sports of ours every single year. And if you want proof of that, it looks like there's about 8 million people in Pittsburgh at the draft.
There's a lot.
I mean, it is incredible. And Roger Goodell just walked out with the terrible towel, and so that's getting a nice response from the Pittsburgh people there. The Pittsburghers.
The Pittsburghers.
Yeah, Mendoza will be the first pick. The Raiders are on the clock. We will keep you up to date a little bit with what's happening in the draft. We'll also keep you up to date with the NBA playoff game. The New York Knickerbockers in Atlanta tonight. Knicks, after letting game one just get away at the end, they're letting this one get away at the beginning. Atlanta leads over New York right now, late second quarter, 55-38. Hawks trying to take a 2-1 lead in that series.
I'm happy for Adam. At least one
Adam's
of his
pretty
teams.
fired up about his Hawks.
I guess the Braves are pretty good.
He won Georgia national championships.
That's true.
I have no need to wish Adam good when it comes to his teams. Okay. They've won plenty of stuff here.
Fair enough.
I mean, he cried bloody murder when his basketball team lost in the first round. Remember, they got beat by 60
killed.
Points. So what?
They got killed.
Georgia's won plenty of stuff.
They have.
And the Hawks are leading here. The Braves did win today, so they have the best record in baseball, still a half game ahead of the Padres and the Dodgers. If you just tuned in, Padres did win a thriller today. Bogart's home run helped get them back in the game there. And then a 5-run ninth-inning rally capped by Gavin Sheets' towering 3-run home run, 10-8 the final in Denver today. Just a couple of other quick notes on the NBA playoffs. Good news for the Lakers fans. Austin Reeves upgraded to questionable for game 3 of their series. So they might be getting him back a little sooner rather than later. The other note in the end, there's a couple of them. Jalen Williams has a grade 1 strain hamstring. Week to week. He's the second best player.
Week to week.
Yeah, I mean, week to week, it's a long time now.
That's what I'm saying.
Oklahoma City, I'm sure, is going to be able to get past Phoenix. But if Jalen Williams can't play in the next series, whether it be the Lakers or if Houston rallies, that's going to be a big challenge for OKC. Meanwhile, the Phoenix players, Devin Booker and the villain, Dylan the Villain, they were a little upset with the officiating last night. And they're just singing a familiar chorus right now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets put on the free throw line every time you go near him. And that is the complaint. They're not the only ones. Everybody complains about it. It doesn't change. But Devin Booker's anger last night, I think, was fair.
And he also called out the referee by name.
He did. He got bumped. He's dribbling near the sideline. He got bumped into the stands. It wasn't egregious, but it was a foul, and he lost his balance, and he kind of went into the stands. As he was about to almost land in the stands, he just flipped the ball to the side because he needed both hands, I think, to brace himself, right, where he might fall. If you watch this play, he just flips the ball to the side. Well, the ball happened to hit one of the OKC players standing there. The referees were not going to call anything until Alex Caruso, a player on the Thunder, went over and started saying, hey, that should be a technical foul. He threw the ball at him. And the official said, you know what, Alex? Technical foul, Devin Booker. Devin Booker could not believe it.
That is kind of crazy.
And I'll be honest with you, terrible call. And, Oklahoma City, I'm going to say this because I know some people that are big OKC fans, and I'm sure they're probably not thrilled that I keep, not looking at what they're accomplishing. But all of this stuff that's happening with the fouls and all the controversy is taking away from their greatness. People are not giving the team any credit for winning games. They think that the league is, winning them for them. And that might be stupid and overstated, but it's not a good look. It really is. And I know that I can have Tony on tomorrow and we can talk about this, and Tony will say, I don't know about that. I'll be interested to see how Tony reacts if the Lakers play OKC in the second round.
That is a good point.
Because then all of a sudden he'll be the team getting, jobbed on some of these
and
calls.
Guess what? He's going to be annoyed.
He would not be happy. So if it's happening to your team, you don't like it. Phoenix can't beat OKC no matter what. But at least give them a fair shake.
I've watched this play 100 million times trying to figure out what Devin Booker did. He didn't do anything. But my question is, with all of the replay stuff and all the time they waste all the time on replay stuff, why couldn't they just go back and look at it again?
Yes.
Why didn't see that he was just saving the ball from going out of bounds?
He was trying to save the ball and, make sure he had a chance to brace himself if he needed to. It was a really bad call. And the NBA should just be better than that. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm a high school official. I don't think I would have blown that call like that.
Don't worry. They'll send out a tweet saying they made a mistake.
Yes, they will.
Everything will be fine.
They will. You're at 100% right. One last NBA thing, and then we'll get off of it. Joel Embiid. This is Joel Embiid. He's been upgraded to doubtful for Game 3.
Wow, okay.
So he's gone from out to doubtful. Hey, Joel, get in the game. You're a basketball player. Seems to me that he takes every possible, precaution.
It seems
to
like
make
the
sure that he
Sixers
doesn't play.
What was it?
Started with Ben Simmons,
and Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's that series. Okay, to the baseball. Not only the Padres win today, we mentioned the Dodgers with the 3-0 shutout over the Giants. The Phillies got pummeled again. Not pummeled. They lost actually in walk-off fashion, but for them it's a pummeling because they've lost 9 in a row. Schwarber says, hey, we got to keep at it. Harper says, hey, we got to keep at it. Guess what? I'm not reporting this. I'm just telling you this. Rob Thompson isn't going to make it.
Not if they keep doing this.
The owner of the Phillies does not have any patience at all. And 9 losses in a row, plus the worst run differential in baseball. I don't see that guy lasting for very long there. Mets did snap their 12-game losing streak last night, but Francisco Lindor gets injured in the game. He is out for, quote, quite a bit.
Yes, that's not good.
Whatever that means. So he's out for a while. Mets trying to keep it going. They're beating the Twins tonight 6-1 in the second inning. So a good start for the Mets tonight. Yankees are looking to sweep Boston 4-2, top of 8. And the Yankees are winning that one there. But back to the Padres.
Real quick, did you see O'Neal Cruz hit the top of the foul pole yesterday? Like, what are the odds of
I'm
that?
surprised the umps got that right. You know, the way things are going. That's foul.
If you didn't see it, O'Neal Cruz hit a monster shot down the right field line, and it bounced off the top of the foul pole. I've never seen that.
Look, we can criticize O'Neal Cruz all we want, and allow me to do so.
Okay.
He's a lazy bum of a player. But when it comes to absolute God-given skill,
he's got it.
This guy's right near the top of the list.
Yes.
It was 117 miles off the bat, the hardest hit homer anywhere this season. Wow. And you're right, Skraby. It was not just deep down the right field line. It was high enough to land on the foul pole.
It literally
as it was
landed
coming
on the
down.
foul pole.
An absolute monster shot.
Yeah.
Last night by O'Neal Cruz.
Just wanted to fit that in real quick.
Yeah, no, that's good. One other one that now that you mentioned, J.R. Ritchie, young pitcher for the Braves, made his major league debut today. First pitch to James Wood, home run. First pitch.
I was watching that live. I didn't realize it was his first pitch of his career.
But give him credit, man. He didn't give up anything else and came back. Braves, of course, end up winning the game 7-2, and he got a win. So good for him. Yeah, that's a good start to your career and something you'll be able to tell at the dinner table at Thanksgiving for years and years.
Yes, absolutely.
You think you had a bad day?
You think you had a bad first day at work?
Yeah, let me tell you about the first pitch I ever threw in Major League Baseball. But the Padres, 17-8. And yeah, I'll tell you another thing. We talked about this yesterday, Skraby. They don't have any good statistics in average, on base, slugging, OPS, runs scored. But you know where they do have good statistics? Late and close. Remember we mentioned
we talked about this yesterday.
And you looked it up and said this is what anything in the seventh inning on when you have a chance to tie or win the game is a late close at bat.
Yes.
Padres went 4 for 4 on late close in the ninth inning today. This is what they do well. And they are now, let me make this official here. The Padres are now outscoring the opposition by 20 runs from the seventh inning on. Just the seventh, eighth, and ninth inning. They're plus 20. I think the Braves are plus 17. So the Padres are the best in baseball at that. And that's why they're 17-8. They're not doing it because they're just rolling out and running over people, you know.
I need to remember these stats because, like, the first part, the first 6-7 innings of the game, I was just like, man,
yes, right.
This is brutal. They can't hit. Fernando striking out. Jackson.
Yeah.
I need to remember that they're the best late and close team in baseball right now.
They are by far the best late and close team in baseball. And, of course, one of the reasons they are is because they get clutch hits. The other reason is Jason Adams shuts you out in the eighth and Mason Miller shuts you out in the ninth.
That's very
And that
true,
helps you win the late and close battle.
Yeah. When you have a guy like Mason Miller, you have a guy like Jason, you have a guy like Adrian Morejon, it's really tough.
Yeah, which, by the way, give your guy Mickey Moniak credit. Not too many lefties can take Adrian Morejon out of the ballpark.
Mickey Moniak is starting to become a pretty good baseball player.
We're going to talk about him and everything else that happened in the game today in our notes on a scorecard. It comes up at the bottom of the hour. Meantime, we take a quick timeout, and the pick is in. The Raiders officially make it Fernando Mendoza of Indiana, the number one pick in the NFL draft. Gwynn and Chris continues.
It's never.
What's your take on just people in general walking around indoors just people in general walking around indoors with sunglasses on?
I'm not a fan.
Does it mean anything to you?
No, but in this case, I understand
You're okay
why
with
they're
it in
doing
the NFL draft?
Yeah, I think I understand it. If they were doing this, they're walking into like a movie theater, I'd be a little annoyed by it.
The second pick of the NFL draft is in. And stop the presses. Mel Kiper is 2 for 2.
I am keeping track.
Mel might want a career in this draft thing. The pick by the Jets, Jets, Jets. David
Bailey, outside linebacker, Texas
edge.
Tech.
He's an edge.
It
That's
says
a new
OLB on this.
Well, on the TV it said edge, so I guess he's
probably right.
I think he'll lined up out there, and the idea will be for him to get to the quarterback. David Bailey from Texas Tech is now a Jet. This isn't your fault, David Bailey. It really isn't. You didn't ask for this. But I just know it's not going to work out for you.
Because he's on the Jets?
You're on the Jets. It's just...
Defensive Jets are
going to
okay.
fail. Sauce Gardner wasn't even a good pick when it turned out.
Well, I mean, he ended up winning
while.
Defensive Player of the Year or Rookie of the Year.
Well, it didn't pan out much after that. I don't know. David Bailey, somehow the Jets will box up your career. But congrats, you are now in the National Football League. Fernando Mendoza was, of course, the first choice. We'll keep you apprised of that as we move along here towards a notes on a scorecard coming up at 5:30 after the Padres 10-8 win today over the Rocks. Marinaccio got the victory.
Oh, good for him.
And Victor Vodnik, hello. That'll put a crimp in your old ERA.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, great for us. I loved watching the meltdown.
It was not great. We don't care. But I don't know why you don't get somebody throwing a lot sooner than they did.
It seemed like there was an opportunity for that.
Number one. Number two, they finally got a guy up in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And it was a lefty, Bernardino.
Yep.
Who better to bring him in against than Gavin Sheets? Yeah. But they didn't. And
you
then
think this is maybe a little bit of a rookie manager mistake?
Well, he's not a rookie, right? He managed last year, but this is a mistake. You can't just make mistakes like that in the big leagues. You got a lefty. The whole reason you have him is to, come in because your closer's struggling. Have him come in and face Gavin Sheets.
Yeah.
They didn't, and game over. So, to me, that's on the manager a little bit, but, I don't care. Right? Padres move on. They get the win, and 17-8 is a hell of a good start to the season. That is for sure.
I will take that.
Next up, German Marquez to the mound.
A little nervous about this one.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of room for error, right?
No
it's a bandbox that they play in Mexico City, number one. Number two, with all due respect to German Marquez, who's been, I would say, wouldn't you say he's been better than we thought he'd be? Without putting him in the Hall of Fame, but he's been better than we thought, hasn't he?
He's had more good games than I thought he would at this point.
Okay, I mean, the first one was not very good, but since then, I think he's been
He had a clunker against the Rockies at home, but then he came back and he pitched well against the Angels.
Yeah, he shut him out for 6 innings. I don't know. German Marquez has been he's got 4 starts. He's got a 2-1 record and a 3.86 ERA. That's doable for your number 5 starter.
Does seem doable.
So, but he'll have his work cut out for him against Arizona Saturday because German does give up the long fly ball. And in that ballpark, those won't be coming back.
I'm trying to find the box score of that first game.
Oh, when he
the first game. I'm sorry, the first time they went to Mexico City
a few years ago.
It was in 2023.
Yeah, Nelson Cruz hit a couple of. Everybody went deep in that game. So it'll be Marquez, and I believe the Milkman is going to be pitching for the D-backs in that game on Saturday. The Padres will then get the Sunday game and the scheduled principles for that game.
Principles.
You know who used to use that word to discuss starting pitchers? Vin Scully. And if it's okay with him, it's good enough for me.
Yeah, I can't make fun of that.
No. Michael King will be the principal on Sunday. Ryan Nelson for the D-backs. And then it's a little bit of a tricky turnaround because you don't get a day off, right? You're coming right back. Sunday night, and Monday night, you're going to open up a 3-game series against the don't look now, but they've won 9 in a row, Chicago Cubs.
I didn't realize they won 9 in a row.
9 in a row.
It seems like every single team that the Padres
Comes
play
in as
are
playing
coming
well.
off of like a crazy hot streak.
Well, it doesn't hurt to play the Phillies and the Mets recently, which is what the Cubs have been doing. And the Cubs are the reason that those teams have losing streaks right now.
True.
But, Chicago's coming in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think that'll be a good series, right?
Yeah.
A little payback maybe for the playoffs if we want to look at it that way.
I do.
I think you will, and I think some fans will. Honestly, if you sweep the Cubs, did you really make up for losing in the playoffs? No.
Yes, because we're making our way towards the playoffs this year.
No, you did. That's like when teams say, well, in Super Bowl, the Eagles beat the Chiefs 40-3, but hey, in week 5, the Chiefs turned the favor and they didn't return anything. The Eagles still have the ring. The Chiefs have a win in week 5 the next year.
Do you want to hear about this game? Back in 2023.
Who did they play? They played the Giants,
yes,
right?
They played the Giants 16-11 in that first game.
And who hit home runs?
6 home runs from the Padres, 5 from the Giants, but Fernando hit 1, Manny hit 2, Soto hit 1, Bogey hit 1, and Nelson Cruz hit 1.
Yeah.
Nelson Cruz went 5 for 6 in this game.
That's about all the hits he had while he was here.
You know who won this game? Tom Cosgrove.
Oh, the winning pitcher.
Yeah, and the guy who got the save. Saw him yesterday go 8 innings. Nick Martinez.
Oh, Nick Martinez had a good game yesterday for Tampa Bay. I think that's where he is now. These guys move around so much.
He went 8 innings yesterday.
Yeah. All right, so Padres get the 2 on the weekend. Tomorrow's an off day. We'll have a full 4-hour show. And Saturday, for game 1 of the series, we must remind you that Skraby and I are going to be out there from 2:30 to 4:30 at Mavericks Beach Club. It's in Pacific Beach. We're going to be watching the game, San Diego, Arizona, the Mexico City Series, presented by South Norte Tequila Cocktails. Mavericks will feature deals on South Norte's premium tequila cocktails while you take in the ball game. Come hang out with us. Skraby and I will have some Padre tickets to give away. I think we have a Luis Campusano signed baseball.
It's a great time for us to have that baseball.
By the way, I'll say it in a minute.
Okay.
I got to finish this. Made with real tequila, real juice. That is South Norte's premium tequila. Come on out. Grab yourself some of that. Grab yourself some fun and watch the ball game with us on Saturday. Not as much of a complaint because they won the game, but Campusano didn't earn his way into the lineup today after last night.
Did he took
3 for 4 with a homer and a double and I don't know. I think I might come back with him.
I don't know this, but he did get hit in the head by a bunch of foul balls last night.
That might have had something to do with it. Also, they don't like to normally go catchers day game after night game. But I just thought if ever he was going to get to play, back to back, today would have been the day. But it didn't matter, right? Padres win 10-8. All right, we got notes on a scorecard coming up. It is going to take you through a litany of everything that happened today in the Padres Rockies game.
He's over. It's over.
Well, your
streak.
Yeah, you also pointed it to.
I was for you. I was.
You did that. Jeremiah Love of Notre Dame. Was he just drafted?
Yes.
Okay, so Tennessee picked him?
No, Arizona.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Arizona picked him with the 3rd pick.
And Mel Kiper had Arizona taking Arvel Reese.
Okay, so that's the end of Mel Kiper's streak. But the reason you pointed is because last night I said, they show these highlights of these guys like it really means something to me, the viewer. And I said, how many times do you think they'll show that touchdown run he had against Indiana? They just showed it from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
The Notre Dame RB Love goes to the Cardinals.
Bet you we see that another 100 times
between
season.
now and then. Yeah, now and then. I think it's a good pick by the Cardinals. I mean,
I do too.
What was it? Old number 6 there.
Oh, James Conner.
Yeah, he got hurt. He didn't play much last year. They were down to older. They were down to like 2nd, 3rd string guys.
Yeah,
and now you get that. Didn't they get a new quarterback yet? Or they didn't get a quarterback? I thought the Cardinals got Kyler Murray's not there.
He's not. No, he's with the Vikings.
Oh no, Is he with the Vikings? I'm really bad. He's elsewhere.
Kyler Murray. Let me just type.
We're in baseball mode, can't you tell?
We really are.
But we're trying.
He is Minnesota Vikings.
Okay, very good. We'll find out who the Cardinal quarterback is. if we can during the break. That's not always readily available information.
It says Cole Payton, a quarterback from North Dakota State.
That's not who they're counting on. Gwynn and Chris back with notes on a scorecard. Here's my wife's grocery list. It's filled up. Coming up.
Ben and Woods.
I'm always excited to do notes on a scorecard, but especially after a big win like the one today for the Padres, 10-8 over the Rocks. If you're just joining us, sit back, relax, and enjoy a recap of one of the really fun games so far of the 2026. I think it's the first time I've actually said that.
Really?
Yeah, I was about to say 2025. Had to move it up a notch.
Did you ever think when you were a kid, 2025, I'm never going to get
Skraby, you don't understand. When I was a kid, I thought of the year 2000, thinking,
good point.
I may not make that.
I saw a post. I know I'm taking us off course, but I recently saw a post of someone very disappointed in his childhood because he thought everybody told him there were going to be flying cars everywhere, and we got no flying cars.
Not yet. Well, tell him to go watch Dr. Brown. And
Dr. Brown?
Yeah, Dr. Emmett Brown. Come on, Back to the Future.
I've never heard anyone reference him as Dr. Brown.
Dr. Emmett Brown.
Doc Brown.
Doc Brown. And
doesn't change it much.
Michael J. Fox says famously, do we have enough road? Doc Brown says, roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
That's a great line.
That's how the first Back to the Future ends, by the way.
Oh.
Let us go now.
Do
we have traffic or no? It's a weird day. I forget if we have traffic.
We do not. Wait, hold on. Let me. We have a new traffic system. Actually, we do. We can go to traffic right now.
Or I could just give it jamming up a little bit at the 5805 interchange and
let's go to traffic.
Slow go out there on the 8 East. Take your time.
Thank you, Chris Ello.
You're welcome.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Big delays on the eastbound 8, solid from the 15 past Fletcher Parkway, where a major crash is tying up 3 lanes. Southbound I-25, slow and go, approaching the 8 with a crash there blocking lanes.
Traffic report brought to you by San Diego Law Firm, fighting for your sexual harassment rights at SDLF.com. You spoke up, and suddenly your schedule changed. Your hours got cut, or the pressure got worse. That's not okay.
At San Diego Law Firm, we focus on sexual harassment cases. We're here to stand up for you. Contact us at SDLF.com. SDLF.com.
What did Chris like? What does Chris want to clean up? Observations written on a grocery list. Notes on a scorecard starts now.
I got one of the great compliments of all time before the show today.
What was that?
Sam Levitt said he likes notes on a scorecard.
He did. He
and he even tried to read my notes on a scorecard. He wanted a preview of today's version.
And you kicked him out. You said, listen at 5:40, sir.
Darn right. First note on today's scorecard. I wrote down the curious case of Mickey Moniak.
Okay.
That's your guy. He opened the game with a home run. He would go on to hit another. And what happened?
He's killing the Padres this year.
But not just that. This guy had, in his first 3 seasons, after he was the number 1 overall pick, first 3 seasons in the major leagues, he hit 4 home runs. I think he hit that many this week. I mean, something got into Mickey Moniak a couple of years ago, and thank goodness for him it did. Because, he would have been one of the great flops of all time on draft day. We're talking flops.
Yeah.
Instead, he's made himself really a dangerous hitter. And, you take a home run off of Morejon, a lefty, that's doing something. Your guy's really done it, and we can't make fun of you anymore for him.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Mickey, for allowing me to say your name proudly.
Yeah.
He was drafted in 2016, so it's taken him 10 years to get to this
level. Pretty much, yeah.
Which Tony said something to me. We were talking about Mickey Moniak the other day, and he was like, sometimes it takes guys 10 years to realize their talent.
Some guys it takes 10, and Mickey Moniak does seem to have done so. Right after that, Ezekiel Tovar came up, and Old Waldron threw him a knuckleball about 10 feet outside on the first pitch, and Tovar wailed at it.
Yep.
Tovar swings at the first pitch every time. I swear you could throw it into the stands, and he would swing at it. Why anybody ever comes anywhere near the plate on a first pitch to Ezekiel Tovar is beyond me. This will come up again later in today's notes on a scorecard.
Maria says that Charlie Blackmon or Mickey Moniak is the next Charlie Blackmon.
No, I hope not, Maria, because you know what? Moniak's been doing it to other teams this year.
Yeah.
He's having a really nice year. Padres take a 2-1 lead in the second inning, and Duhar slams one down the left field line, and lo and behold, it stayed fair. I thought that was going to hook. I think he felt it was going to hook. Landed at the bottom of the fence. Best play on that, though, Xander Bogaerts on first base. Took off running. A lot of guys will kind of, jog to second. Is it fair? Is it foul? I don't know. No, you run. As soon as you see it's not going to be caught, it is now not your job to decide whether it's fair or foul. Once you see it's not going to be caught, you run. And he scored easily from first base on that play. A lot of guys would not have scored on that from first base. Good baseball from Xander Bogaerts. But then I got to ding this. And I hate to ding my own guy. But you got
Oops, sorry.
Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
You got Andujar at second now with nobody out. What does Ty France have to do? Hit the ball to the right side. He doesn't. He grounds to short. What happened to the next guy? Fermin, one hopper up the middle. Would have been an easy base hit. Would have given the Padres a 3-1 lead. Instead, they didn't score that inning. Those are the kind of thing. Ty France, come on, man. We got to have those. Into the bottom of the second we go. And I thought Fernando had a tough day out there in right field, especially for a guy that is a platinum glove winner.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were just a normal everyday right fielder, I probably wouldn't make note of it. But you're Fernando. You're supposed to be not just the gold glove winner. You're supposed to be the best guy in baseball. And, in the first inning, the ball bounced by him. I didn't even mention that because that was just a tough hop. I'm not going to call him out for that. But in the second inning, McCarthy hits a ground ball up the middle. It's a base hit. Well, Fernando runs after it like it's a base hit. And he kind of eases over, picks it up. McCarthy's fast. He goes for second. He makes it. I can't stand stuff like that. I know that you're cool. I know that you're Fernando. I know that you're the best in the game and you got all of the hardware. How can you allow a guy to take advantage of you like that? I mean, show some pride in your own effort.
I don't understand what happened there either.
And I'm sorry to rip on Fernando, on the day they win the game, et cetera, but that stuff bugs me.
These are the things that will lose them games in the future.
It bugs me. Next guy, Julian, seeing eye single. Before the inning's over, they got 4 hits. They got a walk. They got a 5-2 lead. Waldron looks like they got to get him out of there. And we'll talk a little bit more about Waldron in a minute. But, Fernando play bothered me, man. It really does. Top of 3, Tovar booted a ground ball.
Yeah.
Gave the Padres a big chance. First and second, nobody out. Jackson Merrill down 5-2. Sacrifices?
Okay.
I didn't get it.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
I'm sitting there with Sam watching the game. Jackson Merrill does a sacrifice. I'm like, what is he doing? And Sam's like, it's a good baseball play.
It's not a good baseball play when you're down 3 runs.
I didn't get it either.
You only have 20 outs left to you. You need to make up 3 runs, and you're one of the best hitters on the team. Now, we've seen Jackson bunt before, later in the game.
Yeah.
Key spot.
Yeah.
And I have commended him for it. This was not good timing for that bunt. I did not like that play at all.
I wonder how much of it is he's just not swinging it well. And he's
maybe
he
just wanted to contribute. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. It was just a bad play, and then it got worse because Manny bounced back to the mound, and they ended up not scoring at all in that inning.
You know what I will say about the Padres? They have the market on hitting weak dribblers back to the pitcher.
Especially with runners on third and less than 2 outs.
Yeah.
Top of the 4th, hard shot by Ty France down the line. Just a note here, good play by Kyle. Was it Kyle Karros?
Yep, Kyle Karros.
Really good play. Backhanded it. Not Manny Machado yet, but keep an eye on this guy. He may win a Gold Glove someday. He made some really good plays in this series down at third base. His bat is way behind his glove, but he can field it over there. So I'm always like good guys who can make some good plays. Before the inning's over, Jake hits a flare single. Thank the Lord. And he was so happy, and he'll take it. He doesn't care how much
I love a good baseball player that doesn't care how that hit comes.
Not at that point. No, and then, time for them to make another mistake. McCarthy makes a really dumb play. Instead of just letting Laureano's line drive land for a single, turns it into a triple by boxing that up. Padres, take full advantage. Laureano gets credit for a triple, his second of the year, 5-3 ball game. They could have got closer, but the inning ends because Fernando swings at a ball that is 9 feet outside, curving away from him.
Yeah.
That is the bad Fernando.
That's when Fernando's going bad, when he's swinging at that.
Yeah. I mean, he was nowhere near. Bottom of the fourth, it's still kind of a struggle here for Waldron. And I hate to say it, I'm going to pick on Fernando again. And this is not my goal, by the way. But I watched the game just like you do. Julian hits a line shot into the right field corner. Fernando's playing way in right center. This was probably going to be a triple no matter what. Fernando races over. He gets it. He turns around. And you watch it, if you think I'm wrong, just a kind of a half throw into Jake Cronenworth, the cutoff guy. What are you doing? Throw the ball. Maybe Julian trips or slips or something. I don't understand this. I'm Mr. Cool, and he's going to make it anyway, so I'll just lob it. Jake ended up dropping it before he could turn and throw it anyway. Those are plays that bug me. And I know it's the new age. These guys make billions of dollars, and they're too cool for you to tell. I know.
Yeah. I don't think that excuses you from.
I don't
from
either.
That.
Gun the ball in there to Jake. Make a good, strong throw there. If something happens to the runner, Jake maybe can throw him out at third. But Fernando bothered me with some of those things today.
Fernando,
so I don't like it.
There seems to be two versions. There's the version that is in the game, that makes great plays, that does everything right, that extends steals bases is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And then there's the Fernando like today where it just seems like he's disinterested. It seems like he's not all there.
I didn't get those two plays as two. And I'll tell you one thing. You could look at both plays and not notice a lack of hustle. But I looked at both plays and I saw a lack of hustle. And after that, even though it happened against us, Tyler Freeman, perfect safety squeeze. Perfect.
Yes.
That could not have been better. He didn't show it too soon. The ball came right down the middle, dropped the bunt down. The guy walked in. That was great baseball execution. Give him some credit there. 6-3 Colorado. Xander's home run made it 6-4 in the fifth. Thing that stuck out there was that he was an inside fastball at 95, and he pulled it down the line.
He did.
Xander's bat has been quicker this year.
I
don't know
good.
what the bat speed is. I don't look at all that analytics stuff. But to me, I see an inside fastball, and I see him, get, on top of it and just crush it down the line.
He's
Always
hit
good to
some pretty important. It doesn't seem that important during the game, but he's having a good year. Important home
He's
runs.
having a good year this year. Bottom of the fifth, the Rocks go in order, and that's it for Waldron. He goes out of the game trailing 6-4, and I can hear most of you saying, "Now this was it for Waldron." He got lit up. They hit him all over the ballpark. His knuckleball was stunk. All of those things are true. But you know what else is also true? He fought through those 5 innings and kept them in the game. They were only losing 6-4 when he went out, and he gave them 5 innings. That allowed for the whole bullpen to not be wiped out going into the Mexico City series.
Yes.
Give Waldron a little credit there. I know I'm not going to make him the player of the game, but the fact that he fought through 5, I thought was good.
Pretty
I
good.
give him credit for that. Laureano challenges a strikeout in the top of the 6th. Fine. But that's their last challenge. It's going to cost them.
And it wasn't even close.
It really wasn't. I think he just was like...
It's easy for me to say that.
It was emotional. He's like, no, I didn't strike out.
I feel like a lot of guys sometimes do that.
Yeah, yes, you did. They can't keep blowing their challenges earlier in that.
No.
It didn't cost them today, but don't like that. Moniak hits the second of the game in the bottom of the 6th. Again, we talked about Mortajón. Slider, inside, not out. But I watched enough games in Coors Field. If you hit a fly ball toward that bullpen in right center, there is a tornado of wind that carries balls out.
Okay, I do see a lot of balls go that way.
A million. I've seen it for how many years has that park been going, right?
30
years. You get the ball up in that draft, goodbye. And so, Moniak's hitting it, but that's kind of the jet stream out there. Bottom of the 7th inning, nothing really major, but Tyler Freeman doubled, and then Johnston came up. And again, what do you need to do there? Hit the ball to the right side, get the man to third. Well, guess what? He hit it to the right side, but he got a hit. And so he scored the run. Bonus, but it's still good baseball. The Rockies played some good baseball, and that's why they led 8-4 into the top of the 8th. Gavin Sheets leads off the top of the 8th. This is a pet peeve of mine. He grounds to first base. The pitcher is standing on the mound. He doesn't go cover.
Oh.
And I think it was Rumfield, TJ Rumfield.
Yeah.
He has to pick it up and sprint to the bag to get there and get the out. They practice covering first base when you're in Little League. It amazes me how many pitchers don't go cover first base on ground balls. You know what? I covered first base on so many ground balls, Skraby, that when I see one on TV, I usually get off the couch and run over.
It is.
It's built into me.
Yeah, you don't see that very often unless it's Garrett Cole in the World Series or this guy.
That's right. It cost Garrett Cole a World Series, didn't it?
It did.
I mean, you can say, it's not a big deal. Well, ask Garrett Cole if it's a big deal. All right, into the bottom of the 8th. Jake got another hit there. Ended up going 2 for 3, and then Laureano walks. Did you see the 2-2 pitch to Laureano in the 8th inning?
Yes.
It was right at his head, and I think the ball somehow changed direction to miss him.
I thought
it was going to hit him right in the face.
Me too.
Wow. That was scary.
Their reflexes are incredible.
But it didn't even look like he had time to move at all. It just looked like the ball missed him.
He hung in there so long.
That was scary. Bases loaded. You get the tying run up. It's Fernando. It's the 8th inning. You're thinking one thing. It's Coors Field. Come on, it's your first home run of the year. Today is the anniversary of his dad's 2 grand slams in L.A. It all makes sense. The storybook ending. Vodnik blows him out of there. Not even close.
And when everybody else is hitting Vodnik and
into the 8th.
Putting it in play, and he just can't do it.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Edouard Julien hit into the 5-6-3 double play. See, so crazy, I forgot I wrote it down wrong. Ground ball to Manny. Bogarts is pulled over, so he covers second, throws to first. A 5-6-3 double play is not uncommon now with the shifting. But way back in the day, I guarantee you, Ron Say never threw a double play ball to Billy Russell, the shortstop, and on to Garvey. There was no such thing as ever a 6-5-3 double play. Happens kind of often now. Moniak got another hit, his 4th of the day. And now we go to the top of the 9th. And, I'll let you play it at the end. And we talked about the 9th. But the first batter was Jackson Merrill. That's terrible pitching. All right. Good for Jackson. But you have a 3-run lead, and you throw 4 pitches that are nowhere near the strike zone. Put it on a platter. If he hits a home run, you're still ahead by 2 runs.
You at least get
Make him hit the ball.
Yeah.
That's just dumb baseball. And even though it's in our favor, I don't care to see dumb baseball.
He didn't even take advantage of the given 3-0 down the middle pitch.
No, he missed that by 20 feet. So Merrill gets that. And then I just thought great at bats. Manny singles the other way. Bogey singles. Andujar singles the other way. These are 3 for 3 late close situations. And then up comes the birthday boy and makes a hell of a highlight.
First pitch, he swings, hits it in the air, deep down the right field line. This one way back, gonna go!
There we go.
There you go. Gavin turns it around 10-8. Yeah, there's Tony with the jolt. As we go to break, I'll finish with the bottom of the 9th. Miller.
Do we need to talk about it? Because
we do today because he gave up a hit for the third time this year. Tovar came up, and what happened? Miller threw it 20 feet outside, and Tovar swung at it anyway. I don't get it. Why doesn't somebody tell this guy, hey, Tovar, stop swinging at the first pitch
it's
every
like a
time?
Reflex or something.
If I know it, don't you think they should know it?
Yes.
Next pitch, he grounds into the double play. Game over. Padres win. Miller gets the save, but no strikeouts today for the first time all year. There's your notes on a scorecard. That was a good addition today, I thought.
That was a lot.
A lot happened today. A lot happened today. More Gwynn and Chris coming up. A bonus hour until 7 on 97.3 The Fan.
on 97.3 The Fan.
Hello and welcome into the Skraby Show for April 23rd, 2026. Quite
You're
honestly,
going to go ahead and take it, huh?
I didn't know that my open was happening, so that happened.
The Chronicles.
The Chronicles.
I'm
yes.
hijacking the Chronicles.
You do. The people on the chat call it the Skrello Show.
Yes, when we have a little crossover after a day game, post-game show. So
Correct.
We'll both host this final bonus hour of Gwynn and Chris, or Skraby Chronicles, or the Skrello. Whatever you like.
I think, call it whatever you want.
Whatever you like. It's a free country. Last I checked. I know I hate to say it, but it's something you better say. You might have changed in the interim.
Yes, that's true.
The NFL draft is indeed going, and they're through 8 picks already, so they've been moving on pretty quickly here.
They still got to get through 32 in 3 hours. I mean, they've done 8 picks in 1 hour.
So they're on a 4-hour pace, judging by my math skills. Fernando Mendoza indeed was first to the Raiders, and I give him credit. The NFL, evidently, you told me that Peyton Manning tried to convince him to come to Pittsburgh for the draft. Good on him. He said, you know what? I want to be with my guys, my people. And he had a big thing at his house, a watch party, and his parents, and right there on the couch with him. That's how he wanted to enjoy this moment.
Yeah, his mom's also sick.
Why take it away from him, man?
I don't understand people that are criticizing him for making a choice that's his choice.
I think he should be able to celebrate it exactly like he wants to, and good on him for doing it. David Bailey, edge rusher from Texas Tech, went to the Jets already. People expecting that to be a bust. Not because of David Bailey, because of the Jets. Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame, goes to the Cardinals. Both Skraby and I, in our unofficial opinion, like that one.
Yes.
Carnell Tate, wide receiver, number 4, to the Titans from Ohio State. Now, Ohio State has some great wide receivers, right? Smith and Jigba and Marvin Harrison, all the rest of them. I just think that
you leave Marvin Harrison out of that.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying. Some big name guys have been from Ohio. Who's the other one? Egbuka?
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
so there's a lot of them. I still think that's a dumb pick at number 4 for the Titans. And I know that they're going to say, well, we need to get Cam Ward a weapon. You know what's more important? Keep him from getting killed back there. That's more important than getting him a weapon.
Yeah, I agree.
If he has time to throw, somebody will get open. But the Titans went for the shiny object. I've heard a lot of good things about linebacker Arvell Reese from Ohio State. The Giants get him at 5. He had been rumored maybe to be as high as 2. So maybe the Giants, luck out there. I still expect John Harbaugh to just fire his own general manager sooner rather than later.
He does seem like he has that power.
That's not going to work there. LSU cornerback Mansour Delani.
Oh, this is who the Dolphins are supposed to take.
Yeah, well, they're not going to take him now. He went to the Chiefs at number 6.
That's a good pick for them.
Yes, Chiefs are smart. See, I think cornerbacks win games. Wide receivers, to me, don't win games. Wide receivers make some plays, move the ball down the field, but a cornerback with the late pick wins the game.
You cannot.
That's kind of how I look at those things.
Yeah, you can't. You can find wide receivers. You can't find great corners.
I couldn't agree with you more. Sonny Styles, Ohio State. So 3 Ohio State guys in the first 7. And Ryan Day didn't win the national championship. Sonny Styles goes to Washington. Jordan Tyson, another wide receiver, Arizona State. He goes to the Saints at 8. Again, I'm going to just say too early for a wide receiver, but the Saints are getting a weapon for the kid there who played at the end last year and was Shuck. He was my fantasy starter in the championship game. I can't remember his name. I know. Spencer Fano, offensive tackle from Utah, goes to the Browns at 9. That was picked, just came in. Next up, Giants. Then the disaster that is the Dolphins. So you're up to date on the draft. Padres win 10-8 thriller over the Rockies. I hope you enjoyed our notes on a scorecard today, taking us through that ball game. But, a great win, some great at-bats in that 9th inning ahead of Sheets' game-winning home run. And the Padres are 17-8, and they're headed to Mexico for their efforts. Congratulations, you win a 2-day stay in Mexico City. Second prize is 4 days in Mexico City, as the old joke goes. But they'll be there on Saturday and Sunday to take on Arizona. They'll have an off day tomorrow. Tony will be with us a full 4-hour show tomorrow from the Bill House Studios here, where we know how. And I should update just real quick because some people might want to know. And if you don't want to know the NBA score, just go la 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 real quick.
Is that how it works?
Or you just turn the sound down for 5 seconds. End of 3 quarters. Atlanta 88, Knicks 80. A little closer. Knicks have come back a little in that game. All right. Yes.
Were you going to go? I'm sorry. I was.
No.
I thought this was an open segment, so I'm going to jump in with this Dalton rushing thing because I'm learning a lot more over here.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's tell everybody again what
go
happened
ahead.
earlier so that we'll get them caught up on it. Dalton rushing started it all in our minds.
Yes.
And everybody's minds by walking off the field after tagging out an injured giant outfielder,
Jung-Hoo Lee,
right? So he tries to score, rushing tags him out, and Lee kind of twists up a little bit. He's hurt. He's lying on the ground. Slow to get up. Rushing gets up, starts walking off the field toward the Dodger dugout, looks back over his shoulder, sees him sitting there, still probably maybe injured, but at least not getting up. And then the camera catches Dalton rushing saying, bleep him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not the nicest of bleeps either. So
it was not.
And I just thought it was, really bad sportsmanship, behavior, everything you'd ever want. Anyway, today the Giants retaliated, and Logan Webb just drilled rushing with a pitch right in the hip.
It wasn't in the hip.
Well, where'd it get him?
Right in the ribs.
Well, that's fine.
That was fine with me.
As long as you're not throwing at the head. See, this is what I try to say when brushing guys back, moving them off the plate, sending a message is part of the game. What I don't think is part of the game is lining up at a guy's head.
Yeah.
But if you're going to, where Webb threw it down by the hip, as it turned out the ribs, that sends the same message and, doesn't endanger the guy's life. So, I think the Giants had every right to do what they did.
Well, Dalton rushing also did something today that was
really
egregious.
Even more again?
He slid in the second trying to break up a double play, but he tried to take out the player. He tried to take out the player, and the umpire had to come over and be like, go over there. But here is what Logan Webb said after the game, and I think it's amazing.
All right.
Probably not even shouldn't ask, but rushing yesterday talked about the whole thing with Jung-Hoo and what it looked like he said when Jung-Hoo was hurt. And then even today, obviously, it didn't really look like there was any intent. What would you say about hitting rushing?
What thing with Jung-Hoo?
He was on video. It looked like he was saying kind of something disparaging when Jung-Hoo was hurt.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He has the greatest smug look on his face.
Logan Webb.
When he's
all
saying
right,
that.
Logan.
You know what? For a day, I'm going to be a big Logan Webb fan.
Well, yeah. What happened with Jung-Ho? I mean, the funny thing is, that's my phone. I'm watching the end of the NBA game because it's on Prime Video and we can't get it in the studio.
That is true.
But yeah, no. These guys are funny sometimes. Because I'll be honest with you, the Pope knows what happened to Jung-Hoo Lee the other night. You know what I'm saying?
He does.
Right? Pete Hegseth has it on his mind. But Logan Webb, his teammate, didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, K-Laws makes a great point in the chat. If Manny did what Dalton Rushing did, the world would lose its mind.
Absolutely.
They would call him a dirty player. They would call him other things.
I'll be honest with you, if Manny did something like that and got hit 2 games later, I would understand it.
Yeah.
But I don't think Manny would, and I don't think very many players would do something that I just think is classless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it wasn't it just wasn't a nice thing to do, even in a non-game situation. But you gained nothing.
All you did was piss off the other team.
But all you did was look like a jerk.
That too. I mean, it doesn't seem like he really cares about that, but
well, you know what, he should.
The slide in the second base is egregious.
You know something, Dalton Rush, I think rushing. Yeah. I think you should care a little bit. You're a young player. You're making your way into the game. Have a little respect for the game. That's long lost. Good try, Chris.
I mean, Dave Roberts is in charge of that team, Chris.
Well, you know what? I'm going to lose a little support here, but I will stick up for Dave because I do think he has genuine respect for the game. The one thing that Dave Roberts, though, seems to value over all others, all over everything else, is that his Dodgers are not to be messed with in any way. So I think he takes that too far. sticking up for his team.
Yeah,
but
I do too.
I don't think Dave Roberts. I think if you held him down, and put a match to his eyebrow or something and said, Dave, be honest. Well, I was going to say something else, but I think that was nice.
That's fine.
I think Dave Roberts would tell you straight up, man, he understands why Dalton Rushing was thrown out today. He's not going to, but he's not going to come out and say it. So he always wants to protect his team. I get what he's doing, but sometimes it makes him look bad.
It does.
But I do like Dave Roberts. And I'm sorry, I do. Maybe it's because I, got a little chance to get to know him before he became manager of the Dodgers. But I think he's a guy that legitimately respects the game. It's not his fault that the Dodgers spend all that money. All his job is to try to get the most of them. And frankly, he's done a pretty good job. I know the Dodgers should win it every year, but that's probably not realistic.
Do we want to hear what Dave Roberts?
Well, after I defended him, sure. Let's hear what dumb thing he said.
No. Actually, you know what? I'm not mad at this statement.
All right.
When you think about the right fielders that played here and played it well,
that's not the one I wanted. Why is that not playing the right? Anyway, he said they asked him if it was intentional that Logan Webb hit Dalton Rushing, and Dave Roberts said it probably was. Webby's an old school guy and he's protecting his teammates. And then they go on to say Webb on the pitch, just a fastball inside, which I love. So Dave Roberts kind of does understand it.
That's exactly what he said. Yeah, he's a gamer. He's protecting his team. Fair enough.
Luis Ariz thinks the Dalton Rushing slide was dirty and said so after the game.
You got to stick up. I don't think you got to, but I think it's important to stick up for your teammates. Remember the Padre game a couple weeks ago against the Mariners. They hit Manny right in the back. And the next inning, Jason Adam went out and threw one and caught a piece
Didn't they hit Fernando?
Maybe Fernando. You're right. It's always Fernando, actually.
He always gets hit.
Yeah, they drilled him right in the back.
Yep.
And Jason Adam went out there, and I guarantee you, no one spoke to Jason Adam.
Yep.
He knew what he needed to do.
And he did it.
And
they moved on.
You're right. Both sides moved on.
Yep.
Even the Mariners didn't complain.
They're like, eye for an eye, whatever.
They understood it. But you need to do it because that's how you get the respect of your teammates, and that's how teams tend to get along really, really well. Gwynn Chris is coming up with more and more draft coverage, and the Knicks and the Hawks into the fourth quarter, and the Padres win today, and Mike Vrabel. Can't believe we waited this long.
I mean, I'm kind of over talking about it, but more and more news is coming out.
And I think all of us now feel, because we ripped on Diana Rossini a fair amount.
I didn't.
You didn't. I did. So did others.
Yeah,
but now I think we're feeling like Mike Vrabel deserves his turn.
Yes.
We'll continue and tell you what the latest is on that crazy story.
We all hear the
Oh, that's it. Super Bowl. Book our trip. Dolphins. What is this? They're on Super Bowl 60. I think with this pick here by the Dolphins, it just got announced in the NFL draft. Maybe Super Bowl 68 can get ready.
No, 61.
You think he's going to turn them into winners that quickly?
Considering I've never heard of him.
Yeah. He's a tackle,
he's a tackle from Alabama, which means
I think
he's
that's
massive.
smart. I think that's smart. You're right. He could maybe be a bad player, but the Dolphins, I've said it how many times?
You've wanted this for a long time.
Stay away from the shiny object. Give me some big, strong dudes. This guy
was like, really? What do I got to do?
Yeah,
to get
now they get a protector when I'm gone. Dolphins picking. Actually, before that, we're updating you on the draft as we do our post Padres show too. But on Gwynn and Chris, the update on the draft was the 10th pick where we left off. Giants had their second first-round pick, Francis Maigoa, and tackle from Miami University, the U. So the G-men got 2 picks in the top 10. Nothing wrong with that. The Dolphins swapped picks 11 and 12 with Dallas. Miami picked up a couple of extra 5th rounders. Again, I believe smart for a team that needs everything. Get as many players as you can. But I like the Cowboys' choice from everything I've heard. Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State, is all that. So he'll go to Dallas. And then Miami with the 12th pick just picked a guy named Caden Proctor, an offensive tackle.
I'm just kidding. I have heard of him, and I think he's pretty
you have put him?
Yes.
Well, I can say one thing about him.
Oh, look at him. He's crying.
Good guy. I like that, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to make fun. Oh, man.
He's balling, though.
but that is really cool.
He's worked his whole life for this, and you can tell it means something to him.
It means a lot to him.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, actually.
That's your guy, Chris.
Hey, save some of those tears to drip on the Vince Lombardi trophy, pal. Save a couple of tears for that. Good for him. 6'6", 352. Who says big men don't cry?
6'6", 350. You're right. Big men do cry.
He's blocking out the sun as he comes out there on the stage. So 12th pick in the draft. All right, let's talk a little bit about Mike Vrabel. This whole thing has been such a mess. I will say one thing.
What?
I was telling Lori about this yesterday.
I'm surprised she's not.
She wasn't in on it. And
what?
She goes,
is her story.
I know. She goes, I haven't even seen the pictures. I go, what?
What?
You, of all people? I thought that they would send them directly to your inbox.
I've seen them a nauseating amount of times.
Me too. And I thought my wife would be all over this story. She didn't know, and she saw the pictures, and she said immediately, that woman's husband should leave her, and that guy's wife should leave him.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree with her more. We talk about all the other things and what it means in the journalistic world. And I think we've been through that plenty, and picking on Diana Rossini. If I was her husband, it would be pretty damn difficult for me to hang around any longer.
I wouldn't disagree.
More pictures came out today of the two of them kissing at a bar 6 years ago.
In 2020.
Right. So this is not something that just popped into view one time.
No.
And then the story on the other side is Mike Vrabel. And this is just not reading the room, Mike. He announces, or the Patriots announce for him, that he's going to get counseling for what? I imagine for
See, this is the thing.
Cheating on his wife. What is counseling? What kind of counseling are you getting?
But here's the thing, Chris. They've never actually said, which I'm torn on this whole thing because I don't really care about, I don't want to butt into their lives, but they've made this the story has become because they denied it so much. But Mike Vrabel, he hasn't actually ever said, yes, I had a relationship with this woman. So
but he's
what
getting counseling for something.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know.
And for her, Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel has completely shipped her away.
Oh, he is totally.
He wants nothing to do with her anymore.
I thought you were going to say a word that rhymes with shipped because he's shipped on her as well.
Oh, yes.
He really has. I mean, he's left her for, just I don't care about you. And maybe whatever. That's all they're doing. But by basically saying what he said, it just basically tells everybody that they've been doing something the public would not find to be acceptable. The fact that he's going into counseling For what, we're not told, but we can assume it's for not being able to keep from cheating on your wife. And then to top it all off, and this is what you said to me, and I couldn't agree more, he's not going into counseling today, and he's not going into counseling tomorrow, but he will be going into counseling on Saturday after he takes part in the first 2 rounds of the draft, or the 2 days of the draft. Third day, though, he won't be able to wait a minute longer. He's got to go right to counseling on day 3.
I understand that.
That's weird.
I understand this is your job.
I don't get it at all.
I understand that you need to be there, but when this happened, you have to step away from your job, because you did say that you're going to go to counseling, and they did drop this news like at midnight last night. And then he had a press conference an hour before the draft today, trying to get all this stuff swept under the rug. But here's what he said today. He said, "My previous actions don't meet the standard that I hold myself to. My priorities are my family and my football team. My family needs me this week, and that's where I'll be." He also said,
Wait, what family needs him this week? That's where he'll be. He's at the draft, is he not?
I don't know. Yeah, I think he is, or maybe he's actually at home.
Unless his wife's sitting next to him while he's at the draft.
Here's one more thing. One more thing.
Go ahead.
He was asked to explain, because we've been saying this for the last couple weeks, why he called the situation laughable in the beginning.
Okay.
And here's his...
he has an excuse for that now?
He has an answer.
Okay.
He said, quote, "That's a private and personal matter. I think that was an attempt to protect," he said your family, but my family. Which I can buy. I'm
running out of things that Mike Vrabel is selling, honestly.
Oh no, I'm not saying I'm not saying that it's true.
No,
but I'm saying that I can buy that he may have been panicking and been like, it's laughable.
No, it was a panic statement for sure. Yeah, I just don't have much time or respect for Mike Vrabel. And my wife, I like to talk to her about some of this stuff, because I think she brings a totally different angle in terms of not being immersed in sports. And what she said is, why would the New England Patriots even want to keep this guy as their coach? It's kind of embarrassing. And I said, yes, but their owner is a guy that, embarrassed his own self by hanging out in, brothels or whatever.
It's a massage parlor.
You know what I'm talking about? I mean, that's the guy that is supposed to now step up to the microphone and go, I've kind of lost respect for Mike Vrabel. I don't think Robert Kraft can even do that and look at us with a straight eye. So, the people that making their decisions are just as slimy as the people they're making decisions about.
Here's what it comes down to me. It comes down to all, I think that Diana Rossini did something really bad for her profession because she's a reporter, and you can't do that.
Right.
But Mike Vrabel is the head coach of an NFL football team, and he's not being held nearly as accountable as Diana Rossini. If it's in my world, Mike Vrabel is the bigger fish here. He's the guy who has to go down for this, not Diana Rossini, but it's going to be Diana Rossini.
I don't think it's out of the question that Mike Vrabel goes down for this. Seems a bit unlikely. The only reason I'm saying what I'm saying is because this thing seems to get a little trickier day by day.
It does.
I would
pictures from 2020 just got released this morning. Where were those 3 weeks ago, by the way?
Last question I would have for the NFL on this. They have a code of conduct clause on everybody's contract, on every situation. Is embarrassing yourself and organization with photos of you holding hands, kissing, hugging, canoodling a national reporter, is that enough to be considered a violation of the code of conduct? Or is the code of conduct only, I don't know, getting arrested or, to
Do you
me,
want to,
this is
I have
not
Roger Goodell talking about it.
Okay, well, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
After the break, because I want to wait. But what I'm saying is, to me, the code of conduct is probably more in line for illegal acts. And so maybe you say, well, him, cheating on his wife is not illegal. But I think it's just as bad sometimes in a lot of ways. I really, truly do, man. You're ruining people's lives with this kind of behavior.
And now your kids, Mike Vrabel's kids, Diana Rossini's kids, Mike Vrabel's wife, Diana Rossini's husband.
You and I are
the
caring,
families.
We're caring people, maybe, but because I can see some people thinking, yeah, you guys are kind of,
I could
bleeding
see that
hearts
too.
on it.
I could see that too. But
I don't
this
really
is
think
an
we'll
NFL head coach.
I agree. All right. What did Roger Goodell say and how the code of conduct does or doesn't apply in this case? In the meantime, the second quarterback is off the board. The Rams are casting their chances with Ty Simpson out of Alabama.
I don't mind this. I don't mind it because he's going to sit behind Matthew Stafford.
If he does stay and sit, it will serve him well.
I think so as well.
More Gwynn and Chris coming up.
Gwynn and Chris.
segment of our extra bonus hour from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Tony Gwynn Jr. will be with us a full 4 hours tomorrow on a Padre day off in Mexico City. Padres sailing into that day off after a 5-run ninth inning. Beat the Rocks today 10-8 at Coors Field. Gavin Sheets celebrating his 30th birthday with a 3-run go-ahead home run in the top of the ninth.
I totally hit a 3-run go-ahead home run on my 30th birthday.
You would take that? Yeah.
No, I did it, Chris.
My 30th birthday, I worked, and my marketing director and radio broadcaster kept me after work on a Friday, telling me that the boss, the owner of the hockey team, the Gulls, who I worked for,
okay,
was driving down from L.A., and it was a mandatory meeting, and he would get there at maybe 7:00 on a Friday night.
That's weird.
And I told my wife we were supposed to go to dinner.
Oh, no.
And I said, we are not going to be able to go to dinner because this guy, and the guy was a loose cannon, this owner. So it was.
You maybe thought there was some firings happening?
I was like, come on. And then they kept calling and going, well, he's going to be here now a little later, 7:15.
Oh, no.
7:30.
Oh, no.
I was losing it. This is my 30th birthday. I'm waiting for this guy. Finally, they go, he's changed his mind. He's not coming. I go, get out of here. I mean, lost it. Call my wife. Go, I cannot believe this. She goes, what happened? I go, the guy canceled the meeting. I'm finally coming home, but can you believe I had to wait all this time? 30th birthday surprise party.
I knew it.
They
knew it was
slammed
something
me
like that.
so good when I got home.
I knew it.
They nailed it. And the two guys that were there, they came to the party. They were in on it, of course.
Awesome.
So
that's really good, actually.
good job by everybody on that one.
Although your anxiety was through the roof for a while.
Yes, it was through the roof, but it was worth it because it was a really good party. But yeah, I still, even though that was a good party, wouldn't have minded the 3-run homer to win the game. That sounded pretty good, too.
And McKee said she got married on her 30th birthday.
That is a good memory. Very good.
Good, yes. Yes,
yeah,
I guess so.
I'd say so. Plus, it's a little easier for hubby to remember the anniversary. So I got to remember one date.
That is true.
So that's a helpful hint there. Skraby and I will be out at the Mavericks Beach Club in PB Saturday from 2:30 to 4:30. San Diego, Arizona, Mexico City series presented by South Norte Tequila Cocktails. Mavericks is going to feature deals on South Norte's premium tequila cocktails while you take in the ball game. Come hang out with us, watch some great baseball, and enjoy South Norte Tequila Cocktails made with real tequila and real juice. All right, I want to hear what Roger Goodell said on the Mike Vrabel situation. We were talking about it and how this whole situation falls under the NFL's code of conduct.
So I hope it continues. I'm going to ask you about the situation with Mike Vrabel and the Patriots. He has announced that he will not be with the team on Saturday. He'll be instead with his family and plans to seek counseling. The league has suggested this is not a violation of the personal conduct policy. I want to make sure that I'm getting that exactly right. So as of this point, based upon what you know right now, this does not feel like a situation for the league to become involved.
No, this is not a personal conduct policy as we know of today. It's a personal matter, and we'll leave it at that.
Is that the kind of thing that typically you would talk with the team about? The Patriots seem to be handling that. I think a lot of fans would wonder what, if any, role the NFL would have in some way.
I think the teams handle these matters when they're personal matters, and they handle it. They have a lot more information that can benefit everyone involved.
So Roger Goodell does not want to talk about this at all, Chris.
Again, okay, but I just feel it's certainly not conducting yourself up to par.
No. You're making your team look bad. You're making the quote-unquote shield look bad.
I think you are. I mean, you're going to tell me it's a personal matter. Well, it's a personal matter when you get arrested for bopping some guy over the head at a bar.
Yeah.
But you think that looks bad on the league and you slap these people down.
Yeah. I mean, it's all bad. I think that relative. The NFL is not reading the room here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think it's hard to say though. Would you be good, or would it sound good if the NFL goes 3-game suspension at the beginning of the season for Mike Vrabel for having an affair?
I mean, I don't think he should be suspended. I don't think he should be fired. I just don't think he should get off as easy as it seemingly is it seems like it's leading towards. Because once he goes to this counseling, we're all going to forget about it. He's going to be back for spring practice. They're going to maybe ask him about it.
I think we'll forget about it until the next photos come out.
That is also true. I mean, how many more of those are out there?
You're assuming that some sort of counseling is going to fix Mike Vrabel.
I did not say that.
No, I know you're not, but I think we are.
Yeah,
assuming that.
All right, you want to do a little potpourri right now?
I should update everybody on the NFL draft, but I'm unfortunately I'm like locked into the end of this basketball game. I don't want to give everybody the score in case you're driving home and you're taping it, but it's a good game. I'll just say that. Between the Hawks and the Knicks. And if my phone buffers one more time, Skraby, I'm never watching streaming again.
You must have something running
How
on
is
your
this
phone.
happening in an age where, all this stuff's supposed to work? And
are you connected to the Wi-Fi?
I think my phone automatically connects because I'm here.
See, that's what I don't understand, because there's no one in the building and no one's using the Wi-Fi except for me and you.
Updating on the draft real quick. Tough name, but I'll give it my best shot.
Looking at it.
Aleva Vega Ione.
Okay.
Or Ioane. Anyway, he's a guard, offensive lineman, Penn State. He goes 14 to the Ravens. 15, the Buccaneers get a guy that was he not in the news recently?
He was, yes.
He was, but hopefully he learned his lesson. Reuben Bain Jr., edge rusher from the U, goes cross-state to the Bucs. All right, you're up to date on the draft. Just a quick recap. Padres won 10-8. And on the draft, Mendoza went number 1 as expected. The second quarterback, Ty Simpson, went 13 to the Rams. Give me a little potpourri to finish up. What do you have?
All right. You know what? I'll hit a bed, too. Why not?
All right.
We're going to start with
bed.
This is actually the big
Aren't you glad I came up with the word potpourri for these kind of segments?
You did not come up with the word.
Well, I applied it properly.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
All
I
right.
never called it potpourri before you. That is for sure.
Okay.
First thing I got to bring up is the fact that the Padres and the Diamondbacks are not going to have ABS for their games in Mexico because they ran out of time and couldn't get it installed. I find this extremely weird.
You do, huh?
You cannot put in something that's supposed to help the players and help a team and all that stuff and then take it away for 2 games. It boggles my mind that this is even a possibility.
Well, I'm going to look at it a little differently than you.
All right.
The Padres suck at the ABS challenge system,
right.
so I'm just as fine without it going for a couple of days.
Can't you see a game being decided by a bad umpire call and they didn't have ABS?
Well, the way the Padres use the ABS by challenging and losing in the first 5 or 6 innings all the time, they don't have it at the end of the game anyway. Just like today, they didn't have it at the end of the game. They'd already used them. So you're right. I mean, you would think
it's crazy.
You're right. I mean, if they're getting to the ABS system for a major league game, then this is a major league game.
It's like the NBA going to Europe and be like, hey, we can only get 9.5-foot hoops.
Or we don't have the 10th of a second.
Or something like that. Like,
you
it would be
know
crazy.
Something weird? I was covering the Lakers back in those days when the NBA changed to the 10th of a second. And the first couple of years, I thought, this is so stupid.
We're never going to need this.
Who's going to care? As a matter of fact, in my stories, like if Magic Johnson made a go-ahead jumper with 3.2 seconds, I just said he made it with 3 seconds. I didn't even put it in.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, boy, it's always there, right? You know exactly what it is, and it has to be there.
Well, because they
took a while to take hold, though.
What does it take, like 0.3 or 4 seconds to actually get a shot off?
That's the rule. You have to have 0.3 to at least attempt a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't find that? I mean,
yes, I do. I said the ABS should be there for a major league game, but my bottom line is Padres, stop challenging a borderline pitch in the top of the first inning. It's not worth it unless the bases are loaded and it forces in a run. Stop giving this up. It's going to cost you a game at some point.
No, I totally agree with you on this. Some of the calls, I'm like, all right, that was a good use of it. And even if they get it wrong, I'm like, I can see why you would challenge that. But some of them, I'm like, this was a foot below the zone.
But even if it is or isn't, if you have very little to gain, I think you can't challenge. You just have to let it go, even if you're pretty sure it's a bad call. So I don't want to give up my challenges.
I guess branching off of that, Walks are at a 75-year high, Chris.
I saw
far.
this.
And Paul Sewald, I believe, a USD. Is that right?
He is, yes.
Okay.
Now the closer for the Diamondbacks. We'll see him this weekend. Yeah.
He said it's what MLB wanted. People on base. Tough time to be a pitcher. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not going to cry.
Balls flying everywhere. You got
I'm not going to cry.
Zone,
yeah. What is this? What do they call this? What do they call this, Skraby?
The world's smallest violin playing the world's saddest song.
Yeah, you know what? You're making $80 million. Throw it over the plate.
I don't know if he's making it, but pitchers have had the upper hand forever.
I don't know if that's
now,
forever.
And now all of a sudden your bad pitch that's being called a strike in the past is now actually being called the correct.
I think a fair thing to bring up, and this is maybe overstating it. Would Greg Maddux, the most pinpoint control pitcher maybe ever, would he have been as good with the ABS system? Because they gave him extra few inches on the corner, and he took it, and he could take advantage of it all night long.
And umpires were bad back then.
Well, even if they were better, you could just keep tapping all day until he started getting the ball over the plate. Because even if a pitch, we saw one today in the Rocky Padre game, 0.1 inches off.
Yeah.
That is not even something the naked eye can detect.
It is not.
So, but Maddux would have to come into play. I've heard people say that Logan Webb is struggling this year. And to a certain extent, he's 2-3 and whatever. But they said he's struggling because he normally gets an inordinate number of strike calls on pitches that are just off the plate because his ball moves so much.
Yeah.
Well, now those are not being called because of the challenge situation. So some guys are making adjustments. Maddux probably, I'm not going to say probably. Maddux was good enough. I'm sure he would have figured out a way to adjust to it. But he took full advantage of those extra 3 or 4 inches, and he would not get that now.
See, I just can't feel bad for a pitcher because this is the rules of the game forever. Balls and strikes.
Were you here the day Mark Grant? No, you weren't. Mark Grant was here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, tell me about that.
No, he showed us a video of LeVon
on the round table.
Yes, during the roundtable, but he said LeVon Hernandez, look it up one day, or I don't think you can get it up for the stream right now, but LeVon Hernandez in the NL Championship Series, I believe it's 1997, against the Braves, Eric Gregg was the home plate umpire. LeVon Hernandez was throwing the ball 8 feet
I've seen
outside.
This. Yeah.
And Eric Gregg was going, strike, all day long. And Adam Klug still says he drives him crazy. And the thing I say to Adam Klug is, too bad, man. The Braves got more of those calls than anyone. They just didn't get it that day.
It always is a little, what does Tony say, a little rich.
A little rich for Brave fans to complain about not getting the outside corner because Maddux and Glavine went to the Hall of Fame on that pitch. So Brave fans, shut it.
Yes, let's go to another story. I don't know why, but this World Cup is just bothering me. And
there's a lot of people who want it to go away.
I don't mean this to go away.
I don't mean this negatively to soccer fans. I know you guys love the World Cup, even though I bet you 90% of you watching right now can come nowhere close to affording a ticket to it.
I'll tell you why.
And I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying that's how much the tickets are.
Yeah, 4 tickets for the World Cup final at MetLife Stadium. Again, we don't even know who's playing.
Yeah.
The resale site for FIFA, meaning people have already bought the tickets and they're trying to make money off of it. Someone bought 4 tickets for nearly $2.3 million each, Chris. Each.
And that's on top of the, what is it, $200,000 subway ride from downtown to out to the MetLife. It's not even MetLife. Don't forget it. New York, New Jersey Stadium.
You're right. It is.
They can't call it MetLife.
Now, people think that FIFA may be behind this. This is a little conspiracy because they get 15% of the money off of a sale on the resale site. So they're going to get 15% of this nearly $3 million or $2.3 million.
I want you guys to go see the World Cup if you're a soccer fan. And if your country's playing, I get it. And totally, I'm with you. But I honestly wish we could just totally boycott this thing and have half empty stadiums so that FIFA and these people have to understand that enough's enough. I mean,
I'm with you, but I do feel bad for the people who have been waiting for this for years and years and are really excited to have North America hosting this.
Well, they hosted it before. And
I know.
1984. I mean, it's been a couple of years.
I wasn't even born yet.
1994.
Okay,
it's been a couple of
born,
years.
Yeah.
It's a couple of years.
Or I was.
But look, I don't even mind high prices as long as there's a few tickets that are semi-affordable for people, right?
Yes, semi-affordable, not $2.3 million.
Like, to me, a Laker ticket to sit on the floor is $7,000-8,000 a game. That's absurd. But even though I can't afford that, I can still get into the game at a fair price somewhere else. The World Cup is not even giving you that opportunity.
They are not, and it's just pricing everybody out.
The Olympics is doing the same thing, though. I told you I went on. Did I tell you I went on the website with Lori? We tried to get Olympic tickets.
I know you guys were trying, but
well, we didn't get them. 3-hour one track and field session on a Wednesday morning is going to set us back over $1,000 for the two of us.
Who's paying that?
Not us. I mean, I really want to be at the Olympics. That? I really did. This is like something I kind of my bucket list was, go to the track and field at the Olympics. Just be part of that whole thing. Not for that.
You should definitely keep an eye on the resale market when it's happening.
Well, we'll monitor that, but that's still a year and a half away.
Yeah, all this money grabbing that that FIFA's doing is really bothering me.
Don't like the money grab.
Here's one, Chris, that I think you'll like. I heard Jesse and Tony talking about this on the drive home last night, but the Yankees have had one uniform on the road and home forever.
Yeah.
And so the Athletic reported
they're the last one to kind of hold out against any alternate uniform.
And they're just gray uniforms. No pinstripes, obviously, just gray uniforms.
No, they've looked and if you look at Babe Ruth in 1928,
same uniform.
Pretty much what he was wearing, yeah.
So Jesse actually he presented the conspiracy and then he solved the conspiracy. The Athletic reported Wednesday that players recently pitched the higher ups on wearing the Navy batting practice jerseys featuring New York during some road games.
Right.
So apparently they walked in, they're like, hey, it's been too long since we've been able to wear a different alternate uniform.
I get that the players want it, but I want the Yankees to hold firm. What's going to happen? Players win?
Players didn't even ask, many people think, because in the uniform style guide put out before the year, this alternate uniform is in the style guide. So the story is players just randomly walked into the hires up office the other day and said, we want these uniforms. But Jesse looked in the style guide and this uniform was listed before the year even started. Not only that, it takes a long time for Major League Baseball to approve these things.
But what's the bottom line? Are they going to get to wear it or not? They haven't worn it yet.
They're going to wear it at some point.
Okay.
At some point, because Aaron Judge says, "Hey, we have a logo on our shoulder. That's not traditional. We have like a whoever they're."
Good try, Aaron.
But
no.
So
hold out, Yankees. The Dodgers finally broke down this year with blue alternate road uniforms they had never had before.
I've seen them.
Now
I don't like them actually.
No, now the Yankees, you say, are going to do it, huh?
But the Yankees front office, these are the rumors that fans love these uniforms and love the tradition so much that they would be very angry about this. So the Yankees thought the best way would be to plant a story that Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton walked into the office and wanted this. So this is do
you think it'll sell?
Yes,
Yankee
that's why they're
fans?
doing it.
Yeah, you're right.
The Yankees, they're a poor organization. We know that the Yankees don't have much money, okay?
That's right. They need the extra cash.
But yeah, so that was a conspiracy theory that was
conspiracy
debunked.
theory. Okay. We're out of time. I got to finish with this.
Oh, shoot, we are.
I got to finish with this. Mets finally won yesterday. Had 7-3 tonight. Craig Kimbrell comes in the 8th. Ryan Jeffers, grand slam, 7-7 now in New York. Met fans, I can't imagine how happy they are once again.
By the way, did you see who's the Mets catcher? Francisco Alvarez. Did you see him running out to Craig Kimbrell the other day? You have to look this up. Just look Francisco Alvarez, Craig Kimbrell, because Kimbrell doesn't realize that he called for time, so Francisco Alvarez just starts sprinting at him, and Craig Kimbrell jumps like he's scared. I've never seen it. It was funny.
Brazaban actually gave up the grand slam. Kimbrell got charged with the 3 runs. Anyway, on they go in New York. On we go to a 4-hour, 2 o'clock show tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.